What is good, YouTube? It is your boy Flex, and put your muscles up, because we back with another video. So in today's video, man, we're going to be reacting to Bartley Gorman, the undisputed bare knuckle fighting champion. I've seen his name in my comments a few times, man, so we going to be watching the video. Let's cut out all the chit chat. Grab your headphones, turn the volume up. You guys know the deal. Let's get into the videos. Watch it, let's go.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Street Crime UK. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Mr. Bartley Gorman, the undisputed Gypsy fighting king. So, just how did this seemingly normal travel man from Nottingham, England, go on to be labelled the king of the Gypsies? Well, in this video, we're going to break it down and have a look. But as always, if you enjoy UK crime content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and use the notification bell if you never want to miss an upload from us again. So let's begin, shall we? Gypsies and travellers are people who live a nomadic lifestyle and consider travel to be an important part of their ethnic or cultural identity. The Irish travellers are an ethnic group in Ireland with their customs, language and traditions. Many people spend all or part of their year in the United Kingdom. One of the things that are a custom in the travelling community is bare knuckle boxing. The original form of boxing, bare knuckle boxing, is closely related to ancient combat sports. It involves two people fighting without the use of boxing gloves or other hand protection. The difference between street fighting and bare knuckle boxing is that the latter has a set of established rules, such as not striking a downed opponent. The London prize ring rules were the rules that governed bare knuckle boxing for much of the 18th and 19th centuries. With the American promotion, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, bare knuckle boxing has seen a resurgence in the 21st century. Modern bare knuckle boxing is only practiced on a small scale around the world. Among the competitions are bare knuckle boxing and ultimate bare knuckle boxing, otherwise known as BK/BTM in the United Kingdom, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship (BKFC) in the United States, and Top Dog Fighting Championship in Russia (Top Dog FC). There are a few differences between traditional glove boxing rules and modern bouts. Any knockdown triggers an 18-second countdown. The 18 count is used only in BK/BTM, whereas the traditional 10 count is used in BKFC. One man who lived for bare knuckle boxing was Bartley Gorman, who was born on the 1st of March 1944 to English parents Samuel and Katie Gorman, who did not like fighting at all. Bartley supposedly had his first bare knuckle fight at the age of 12, which is hard to believe given modern day standards. Well, this is according to press reports anyway. In certain respects, he thought he was the natural heir to his great-grandfather Boxing Bartley, Ireland's king of the tinkers in the 19th century, and his grandfather Bulldog Bartley, another undefeated bare knuckle boxer, so he felt a lot of pressure growing up. In the realm of illegitimate gypsy fighting, he reigned supreme from 1972 to 1992. He was the undisputed king of bare knuckle boxing. He fought in a mineshaft, a dump, horse fairs, campsites, bars and parties, and on the street throughout these years, and even challenging infamous London brawlers Lenny Mclean and Roy Shaw. Nathan Gorman,
I can say I know them. I know them.
Hughie Fury, and Tyson Fury are the three of Bartley Gorman's relatives who have gone on to become professional boxers in recent years.
That makes
Tyson
sense.
Fury having
That definitely makes sense. Did they ever go over that on any of the other documentaries we watched? Maybe they did and I missed it, but I don't think they did.
a 24-0 record. I think it's safe to say he inherited a lot of the strong fighting genes from his family. Bare knuckle fighting was regarded as a legal and acceptable practice by gypsies. As well as a means of expression, young gypsy boys dream.
Lee, bro. This dude got a whole carpet on his back, son. Holy shoot.
As well as a means of expression, young gypsy boys dream of becoming the champion boxer of their patch of territory. Just like young boys are today aspire of being David Beckham or other celebrities, these young boys wanted to be the best boxer of their patch. Bartley Gorman was 28 years old, 6'1" and weighed 15.5 stones when he captured the title of bare knuckle champion of Great Britain and Ireland after defeating the competitor Jack Fletcher in a contest at an abandoned quarry. According to reports online, This was a brutal and bloody fight. However, things weren't always easy for Bartley. He was nearly murdered by an armed crowd at St. Leger's Day in 1976. He had arrived preparing to face Ricky Top Hat Donahue, but was instead attacked by the gang, who had allegedly been paying £25,000 to carry out the assault. It's unknown who exactly ordered the attack, but it was likely someone trying to make a name for themselves in the Gypsy community. In his novel, Bartley explains, "I arrived at the agreed upon time of 10:30 AM, but he, Mr. Donahue, was nowhere to be found, and it was strangely quiet, and almost out of nowhere 25 plus men with crowbars and bricks emerged. I was thrashed mercilessly. I was knocked unconscious and don't remember much about it." After David Pearce KO'd former WBA World Heavyweight Champion John Tate in California, Bartley Gorman and David Pearce agreed to compete for the world.
I remember watching a video, bare knuckle boxing video, with one of my viewers in my Twitch stream, which I do stream live. If you guys want to come kick with me there on Twitch, and he said something like, in that instance when he got attacked there, that they try to chop his leg off. They try to take his leg in that instance. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Most of you probably do, but I remember that being said, that they try to take his leg off, which is crazy. And I'm surprised he didn't mention that, which he should have. That's a pretty big detail in that story.
Unlicensed championship. Dave Pearce is Britain's best gorgeous fighting guy, and I am the king of the gypsies, Gorman said. If I win, I'll challenge Muhammad Ali to a contest for the crown. This was made possible by their friendship with Paddy Monaghan, and a former bare-knuckle boxer and Ali's mate. If Pearce participated, the BBC threatened him with a worldwide ban. Pearce was pressured to decline and was saddened as a result, feeling like he let his legacy down.
And to have the opportunity to fight Muhammad Ali? Come on, man. But honestly, bro, if you get in the ring with Ali, I'd say maybe 2 rounds. Maybe 2 rounds with Ali in his prime. 2 rounds.
Muhammad Ali, who was nicknamed the Greatest, is widely regarded as one of the most significant and celebrated sporting figures of the 20th century. And he was one of Bartley Gorman's heroes, and he based much of his fighting technique and skills on this. He dreamed of one day challenging Muhammad for the World Championship. It seemed that Bartley Gorman had never lost a fight until he announced his retirement from boxing after getting a draw with Graham O'Loughlin Kennedy. Gorman died on a traveller site in Uttoxeter, England on the 18th of January 2002, where he had spent his final days. For Uttoxeter, he was more of a town wonder, where they honoured him by inscribing his name on their Millennium Monument alongside such illustrious Staffordshire greats as Joseph Bamford, the founder of JCB. So this shows that he was pretty well revered and well known. Not only was he a well known and revered person in his own culture, but his fame had spread far and wide, catching the attention of even his hero, Muhammad Ali, who knew exactly who Bartley Gorman was, and even somewhat admired his heart and his fighting spirit. It is reported that the pair even met and practiced sparring together, with Muhammad Ali saying that Gorman had a great technique.
That's awesome. That's dope. That's dope. I didn't know that. That's dope that they actually got to meet. You know what I mean? Like it would have been a really cool thing to see them actually fight. Like that would have been so awesome. You know what I mean? Man, like all the opportunities we've really had to come together, man, as nations like that. Not only are, you got America and you got UK, but then you also have, you got your African American, you got your Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's the stuff we need, bro.
During a 2014 interview, actor Tom Hardy said that Bartley Gorman's voice was an influence for Bane's accent in the 2012 film The Dark Knight Rises. According to rumour, Bartley Gorman is credited with helping to inspire professional wrestler Wade Barrett's bullhammer elbow finisher, which is known simply as the ball hammer, which further serves to demonstrate the spectacular amount of recognition his fame and reputation have survived over the years. Gorman's 210-page autobiography, King of the Gypsies, was completed just before his death in 2001 with the help of Peter Walsh. Gorman tells an unflinching but moving story about a man driven to fight and suffer by the weight of his violent family history. According to the book, he was only 9 years old when he first witnessed the horrors of violence. Bartley witnessed his uncle being killed by a rogue showman's single punch. Something like that must have gone on and messed him up really badly over his years. Tales of brutal fights at fairs, racetracks and bars take up a large portion of the book, as you would expect, so it's worth a read if you get the chance, and it's available to download on Amazon. Peter Walsh, who knew Bartley for the last 18 months of his life, summarises him as follows. He was a one-of-a-kind individual. He was a lovely man with a wicked sense of humour, but a perpetual sense of melancholy. And when you look up the meaning of the word melancholy, it says a feeling of pensive sadness, typically with no obvious cause. Which is pretty heartbreaking to think that that's how he felt at the end of his life after achieving so much within the travelling community. In 1995, Shane Meadows, an English director and screenwriter, filmed a short documentary called King of the Gypsies. To be honest, it's an outstanding documentary. The film gives an honest and humble insight into the life of undefeated world champion bare-knuckle boxer Bartley Gorman. A true legend in which he interviewed Gorman about his life. Some poor quality clips are available on YouTube if you want to check them out for yourself, although the picture quality is not great, but you do get to hear Bartley's distinctive voice. So guys, that was the brief and somewhat sad story of the life and career of Bartley Gorman. Let us know in the comments section below what you think about this gypsy fighting king. To us, he seemed like an interesting character that lived his life on his own terms. Also, let us know if there are any other UK true crime cases that you would like to see us cover here on the channel. Please don't forget.
I wouldn't say his life is a sad story. You know what I mean? Like, of course, you know, there are some sad instances in his life. I wouldn't call it a sad life though, you know. I feel like even though this was a very brief and, you know, very minimalistic documentary on his life, I feel like he probably did what he wanted to do, and you know, even though at the end he wasn't fully satisfied, you know, there were still some achievements and accomplishments made throughout his life. You know what I mean? Like, how many people when Ali was alive in that generation got to actually meet him, as far as like in an athletic boxing standpoint? You know, not very many people, unless you were already in the professional scene. You know what I'm saying? And even if you were already in the professional scene, not a lot of people got his admiration. To have Ali say, you know, that's a great fighter, that he has a great technique, from Ali, one of the greatest fighters of all time, that's a trophy. That's a trophy in itself, right there, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Bartley Gorman, the undisputed bare-knuckle fighting champion, man. That deserves a thumb up. That deserves a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? If that doesn't, then at least this video does. You know? Plus a comment and a subscription. All right? Until next time, y'all, put your muscles up. So I'm out of here. Peace.